Hello and welcome to another digital safari presented by SRP, and it's a Fernando Friday. We are here with Fernando, and we're going to pass it off to Philip here, the keeper who takes care of Fernando, for some sloth facts.
Good afternoon, everyone. So as Ben said, my name is Philip, and I am one of Fernando's lucky keepers here at the Phoenix Zoo, and he's actually being super active right now. Sloths are definitely most well known for being slow. They do sleep for about 15 hours a day, and mostly nocturnal too, so he doesn't get up a whole lot during the day. So we're getting a really good view of him right now as you see him eating some of this browse that was delivered to us by our horticulture staff here at the zoo. And he is as we mentioned, a two-toed sloth. Specifically, the Linne is two-toed sloth, who ranges between northern parts of South America. And he is full grown. So when he's only 3 years old actually. His birthday's coming up in a month. So we definitely throwing him a big birthday bash then. So they grow quickly once they're born. He came to us when he was a year and a half old, and he's gotten a little bit bigger since then, but otherwise he's been pretty big. And as you can see, he does sometimes zone out while he's eating, and he sometimes even falls asleep mid-bite.
How long can they live for?
So in the wild, I believe it's around 20 years, but then in captivity we can have them live up to their early mid-30s. So he is, at almost 4 years old, very young on that scale.
Are they endangered?
Certain species are. So there's quite a few species of sloth ranging throughout Central and South America. But the Linnaeus' two-toed sloth is not one of the endangered ones. But having him here at the zoo, he can still be an ambassador for sloths in general, where some of those species are critically endangered due to the deforestation that's occurring.
What is his favorite snack?
He likes a lot of things. He really likes romaine lettuce, which is one of the more plain things that we offer them. But he really likes to chow down on that. But then he also really likes bell pepper, cucumber, yam, carrots.
How does he do with the Phoenix heat in the summer?
So that was one of the concerns we had when we brought him here. He, especially since he does have an outside enclosure, also we weren't sure how the dryness would affect him, since they do typically live in a very humid environment, and that's where we usually see them in zoological institutions and enclosed areas. So we've set up humidifiers in this indoor area, which is a little out of view, but it helps keep the humidity up. We'll hose down this inside area a couple of times a day, but he spends most of his time outside, and he seems to deal with the summer heat pretty well.
Are they nocturnal or diurnal?
This species is mostly nocturnal, so he will get up throughout the day, but he does spend most of the day sleeping, and around, not too long after sunset, he'll start getting up and moving around, and then again before sunrise.
Does the blood go to his head when he's upside down?
No, so sloths are weird. They kind of like have slipped through the cracks unnoticed. They have so many weird adaptations in their behavior, their physiology, their anatomy. So they are completely suited to hanging upside down. Because imagine as a person, like we were upside down the whole time, as you said, we would have blood rushing to our head, it would be hard to eat, and even for us to move around. But sloths, that's their way of life.
So Philip, you mentioned that sometimes Fernando will zone out. Is he falling asleep right here?
It looks like it, yeah. And yeah, they will sleep, they will spend basically their whole life upside down like this. Sometimes I'll find the kind of a crook of a tree and curl up in a ball. But these are an arboreal species, which means that they live up in the trees. They hardly ever come down to the ground. They only do so Around once a week, and that is primarily to either move trees if there's a break in the forest, or primarily to defecate. So that's kind of unusual for mammals in general, is that they don't defecate daily. They only do it around every 5 to 10 days.
If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. We have one from Fiona, age 9, wants to know why he only has 2 toes per hand and foot.
That's a good question. That's just kind of one of the features of this species. So it's a little, I don't know if we can see very well from here, but also it's kind of a, not the most correct name for this species, because their toe, they actually have 3 toes. So the 2 toes name actually refers to their hands, where they do only have the 2 nails, whereas the bigger group of sloths are the 3-toed sloths, who have 3 fingers and 3 toes. But as to a reason why they don't have 3 fingers, that one I don't know.
How many hours a day do they usually sleep?
Around 15, if not more. Again, they're only active for a few hours during the night and spend most of the day sleeping.
How about a favorite treat? What is Fernando's favorite snacks?
He really likes yam, carrot, bell peppers. Did I say carrot already? I think so. Romaine and some banana too.
Do they mate for life, and how many offspring do they usually have at one time?
They do not mate for life. They'll kind of pair up as they encounter each other in the wild, but they don't typically stay together. And then they have a gestation of around 10 months, I believe, for this species. It actually varies quite a lot between the different species of sloth. And then they will only have one at a time. And the interbirth interval is around 16 months, so it gives the mother a lot of time to to nurse the baby and kind of teach it the ways of living up in the trees.
What's a typical day in the life of a keeper who kind of cares for Fernando?
So we service him around 2 to 3 times a day. So we'll always come and do a visual check on him in the mornings, and he's usually asleep. But we always want to make sure that he's bright and alert. So we do offer him a little bit of breakfast to see, kind of at least see his face. And then throughout the day, we'll come and we'll hose inside his inside area to bump up that humidity. We'll put up some browse, as you see here. We'll give him enrichment throughout the day, and then feed him. So we will hand feed him throughout the day, and then since he is primarily nocturnal, we'll leave anything that he doesn't eat during the day for him overnight, so that he can eat it at his leisure.
We posted some photos and videos that the keepers have sent with Fernando and some stuffed animals. Can you talk about just his stuffed animals that Fernando has had?
Yeah, so one of his keepers, Debbie, she likes to bring in some stuffed animals, kind of just to make his little nooks where he likes to sleep a little cozier and comfier. And a lot of them are sloth stuffed animals, and a lot of times for different occasions. So we've had some Christmas sloths and an Easter sloth. We've had a little giraffe plush toy before too. So it's a type of enrichment also, something that's visually different from what he sees every day. But he doesn't seem to mind them snuggling up with them at the end of the day.
Belle wants to know what his Fernando's favorite thing to do is.
Definitely sleep. They, as you all know, are a slow-moving animal, and one of the reasons why they're so slow is, as you see, he loves to eat leaves, and leaves don't have a lot of energy. Like, if we, as people, only ate leaves, we would have to eat, I don't even know how many leaves to keep us going. So one of the ways that this species is adapted to only eating leaves is to slow down. Their metabolism's really slow, they move slow, and they do everything that they can to conserve energy.
When we are open, guys, we do offer a backstage adventure where you can come and meet Fernando behind the scenes and have a keeper talk with his keepers and watch them feed him. So if this is something that interests you, make sure to visit phoenixzoo.org for more details.
Shelby, age 4, wants to know why they have big nails on their foot there.
That's just an easy way for them to hang. As you see, they do kind of rest on that nail bed, and it is peculiar, and they're curved like that to fit around the branches so he doesn't have to grasp. So imagine you as a person with these 5 fingers climbing a tree. You have to wrap your hand around the whole thing to stay put, but for him, he just puts one nail up. So it's a lot easier for them to have the kind of style of nail that he does, and the palms of their hand are really long. I don't know if you've seen it during this or not, but you can see the palm of his hand, and that also helps to act as padding for when they're upside down for most of the day. And as you see, they'll use their hands and those curved nails to pull food towards them, branches, and anything that they might want to taste.
How do they go to the bathroom?
So they come down to the ground. It's one of the few times that they do that, and when they're down on the ground, they're actually at the time the most vulnerable to predators. So they only do it around every 5 to 10 days to defecate, but that's also part of, as I was mentioning, with their metabolism. Food just goes through them so slowly that they kind of build it all up in their digestive system, so that they only need to defecate every week or so. So they do come down to the ground to do that. The keepers here at the zoo, have never actually seen him come down to the ground because he always does it overnight. But we always have to go check his poop spot because he will always defecate in the same location. And I won that lottery today, so I had the pleasure of cleaning up his poop.
All in the life of a zookeeper. There we go. Does he? We did have a question of if sloths ever can or do move fast.
They can, and these guys, the species, are a little quicker than the 3-toed sloth, I believe. But this is him moving a little slowly. But if he's on a mission, he can pick up a lot of speed, surprisingly. And you probably have, not that my talking would interfere with this, but they're silent too, so they can sneak up on you if they're moving around and you don't notice them.
Can they swim?
They can. So I'm sure a lot of you have seen those videos and photos of sloths swimming. Their limbs aren't like specifically adapted to swimming, but they can make it work if they need to. It isn't a behavior that is commonly seen, but they'll oftentimes swim across rivers to kind of get to new parts of forests.
Hey guys, hit that like button for Fernando. It's a Fernando Friday. Let's give some Fernando and Philip some love here.
And when we open, if you guys want to come and see Fernando every day, go online to phoenixzoo.org and grab a membership. They pay for themselves in 2 visits, guys, but you can visit every single day and see Fernando and what he's up to.
We had a question, do they speak or make any kind of noise, Philip?
No, not really. Sometimes I have heard kind of a very quiet hiss from him if he's really upset or annoyed by something, but for the most part they are completely silent. They don't have a lot of vocalizations like a lot of the other animals that you might hear around the zoo. Could
you tell us about the moss that grows, or algae that grows on the back?
Yeah, so that's really another unique, weird thing about sloths. In the wild in particular, they'll grow algae on them. So they live in the wild in very humid tropical environments. And a lot of times with them, their hair being wet, it picks up algae and it grows on them. So they kind of become these moss-covered animals. And that has multiple benefits. It helps them blend into their environment even more. to make it harder for predators to see them. And then in a pinch, they will sometimes eat it too. So unfortunately, he doesn't have any on his fur here, Fernando. So we can't show you that, but it is definitely another one of those unique features of sloths.
How old was Fernando when he came to the Phoenix Zoo?
He was he was over a year old, I would say around 1.5 years at that time. And he wasn't much smaller than he is now. So they definitely grow quickly once they're born.
Phil, can you talk about the flowers and browse that Fernando gets? That's all done through our nutrition services staff.
Yeah, so we have a very collaborative team here at the zoo. So our nutrition department prepares his kind of his prescribed diet to ensure that he gets all the nutrients and calories that he needs. But then our horticulture staff, who take care of all the plants here on grounds, they'll trim trees and pick flowers and deliver them to a lot of the different animals. So that Chinese elm, I believe this is, that you saw him eating earlier, that was delivered to us by the horticulture staff. And then I have some hibiscus flowers up here for him. He doesn't seem particularly fond of them today, even though he usually likes to snack on flowers. But we do get a wide variety of plants to give to our animals that are prepared for us by our horticulture staff.
Are there any items on your wish list for Fernando that anyone feeling compelled to can grab and donate to the zoo?
So we have the zoo's wish list posted on the website, but any types of different kinds of feeders that we can give him. So the ones that we currently use, we have these trays that we hang up. We have boomer balls that you might get for dogs. We have those with holes cut into them, and we can hang those up. We even have kind of those clothes drying, hanging racks, and we'll sometimes hang his food up for him that way. But then always, as you've seen kind of as he's moving around, we use zip ties constantly here. And it's such a simple thing that people overlook, but we use them to hang up enrichment, how to perch kind of this inside exhibit for him. So even small things like that and carabiners are like super beneficial to zookeepers.
Lexi, age 9, says, Fernando is so cute.
He is, and even for two-toed sloths, he is a handsome one.
Is Fernando part of the SSP?
He is. So the majority of sloths that you'll see in AZA accredited zoos, well, if they're in an AZA accredited zoo, they will be part of the SSP. So he is currently in the SSP listed as non-breeding, and that's just because we at the time just wanted to exhibit the species, but we weren't interested in currently breeding them. So we were waiting for an animal to show up whose genetics isn't as, what's the word, that wouldn't be the most beneficial to the population. So we were able to get Fernando here.
SSP stands for the Species Survival Plan.
And yeah, bouncing off of that, SSPs are an immensely collaborative project between people who work at these institutions who keep track of every individual of a certain species, and they know where they are, their history, and they're the ones who make recommendations on who to breed with who in order to keep genetic diversity as high as it can be, because obviously we're working with a restricted population, and because of that you could get a lot of inbreeding, which is not beneficial for the species as a whole. So there's a lot of thought that goes into maintaining a captive population.
And we've seen a couple questions. Fernando does have an outdoor, wow, thank you for watching from Australia, Jackie, thank you. Fernando does have an outdoor habitat as well. Can you talk a little bit about that, Philip?
Yeah, so he has a pretty large exhibit just to the right of the screen here, and he can come and go as he pleases. And it's got some mulberry trees in there, a lot of perching again, a lot of natural light. So he does have the option to come and go, and It's always a surprise for us. As we said, he's nocturnal, so we never know where he's going to be when we show up in the mornings. But he's usually either inside or out, and he regulates himself really well. If he's cold, he'll come inside, or if he wants to go outside, he can. And we do have ways to cool him down and keep him warm outside during the winters and the summers here.
All right, you guys. How about a final hit that love button just to thank Fernando and Philip again. We certainly appreciate everybody watching. Special thanks to SRP for their support of the Digital Safari. And stay tuned coming up for more fun videos every day at 1. And we try to go live as much as we can throughout the day. So stay tuned, and we certainly appreciate everybody watching. Philip, thank you again.
Yeah, anytime. Thanks for watching, guys.